Does Alex from the Life List need to connect with her inner teenager? Hi, I'm Mr. Ross. I'm a licensed professional counselor and a certified brain spying therapist. Today, I'm going to talk about Alex from Netflix's The Life List and if I saw her as a client, what I would do to help her. Alex is dealing with grief at the beginning of this movie. She lost her mom. She's dealing with a recent breakup. She moved out of her apartment, and as a result of her mom passing away and putting in her various orders in the estate, Alex has lost her job. And now she takes on this life list, a bucket list she had when she was a teenager, and must complete this list in order to obtain her inheritance. Major stressors for anybody, and she seems to not be really acknowledging them. Is she in denial, or is she coping very well? Kind of tough to tell. And so that might be something to explore with therapy. What would I diagnose her with? Well, I would say an adjustment disorder, which is basically a disorder stating these are situational factors that she's dealing with, and this is why she's dealing with stress, anxiety, depression. Now, if that were to occur over a long period of time, frequently anxious, frequently depressed, then we might look at other diagnoses. But at the beginning, an adjustment disorder seems sufficient. What are some goals and how would we work on them? So if I took a solution-focused approach with Alex, we would work through her goals. We would look at the life list and see what are some barriers to achieving these various tasks. We would look at what she wants to do most out of these and how she might go about them in a way that's personal to her. And I might even refer her to a life coach in order for her to achieve these tasks. Although, because as I said, there's a lot of stressful factors for her right now, and I'm not sure how she's coping with them, I would still recommend she continue therapy. IFS, internal family systems, is a way that she can connect with her inner teenager. So if you've ever seen the movie Inside Out, the way that joy and sadness and anger and the other emotions interact with one another is a very good way of explaining IFS. Inner child. It's about connecting with this part of yourself, a younger part of yourself, and seeing how you could integrate that part of you in with the adult version of you, the current version of you. Now we might look at that bucket list and see what parts of her has she kind of tossed to the side or gotten rid of, what parts of her might be coming up in some kind of way, and what parts of her does she actually connect with and maybe even integrate into her adult self. Next, we want to look at grief. So what is the importance of this list to her? And how much is it really tied to her mother? So is it because she wants to see more of the DVDs that she wants to complete the list? Is it that she's very curious about what the inheritance is and she wants that? Does she believe in the advice of her mother? Now, she could also be very resentful towards her mother still because she lost her job, she didn't inherit the business as she expected, and she was given this list to complete, seeming like it's more homework or that her mother doesn't like the path she's on and she could take offense to that. So we want to look at, are there some negative feelings too that are going on? Psychoanalytic, we might look at the purpose of the list. We might also look at the importance of her attachment to her mother and experiences with her mother. It shows in the movie that she spent more time with her mother towards the end because she knew that she had cancer and was getting towards the end. But were there other points where they didn't have such a close relationship that actually impact her? And we want to look at motivational interviewing to assess stages of change. How ready is she for a new relationship? How ready is she to complete each of the items on the list? Along with these goals, I'd also want to do some counseling on her various relationships and if she is in healthy relationships. She breaks up with Finn, who she believed was stagnant and not getting very far. They didn't seem to mesh very well, but they were comfortable together, right? Then she seems to be rushing a relationship with Garrett, and then she has this ambiguous relationship with Brad, the attorney. Now, is this ethical on Brad's part? And then is this healthy on Alex's part to be dating her mom's attorney who's also in control of the list? Is she vulnerable in this relationship in a way that she should not pursue it? We also have to look at that sexual encounter that she had where she believed that she was actually cheating with Brad, and then in a way she was cheating on Garrett if she was still with him. So it gets a little complicated, and then at the end of the movie, it turns out Finn was successful with his video game. Is he actually more stable and higher status than he was at the beginning, and is that attractive to her? Does she miss him for that reason? And so there's a lot of factors we need to look at with Alex to really get a good idea of where she should go next, especially once she has completed the list, and how she's going to maintain more of this version of herself that she seems to like. Well, do you agree? Post in the comments your thoughts on treatment for Alex. You can check out my website at mrrosscreations.com. If you're interested in counseling or brain spying services as well as life coaching services, you could contact me on that site. If you'd like to see some of my other content videos, make sure that you like this video and subscribe. Thank you and have a wonderful day.